Hey, I'm Nilay, one of the co-founders at Klevu, and today I have with me PJ Utsi, co-founder and chief creative officer at Vaimo, sharing his experiences in delivering e-commerce solutions built on Mac principles. Vaimo is a full-service omnichannel company with 14-year track record of driving success in digital commerce across B2B, B2C, and D2C stores. Vaimo works with brands, retailers, manufacturers globally, and they have over 600 employees based in more than 15 countries. And I can say that we are very privileged and very happy to have them as one of our longest Klevu partners in the ecosystem. In this video today, with myself and PJ, we will be discussing about the deepening role of tech in shopping, how to drive successful online experiences for both the retailer and the customer, and what's on the horizon for both Klevu and Vaimo. With that note, PJ, welcome. And let's start with this role of tech. Saying that there's a deep role of tech in shopping is an understatement. But how deep is it now and how is it kind of going to unfold? Would be great to learn a little bit from you today.
Thanks, Nilay, for the introduction, and also thanks for hosting this conversation. Yeah, I mean, e-commerce is inherently technological. It's per definition, right? We live at the beginning of the digital era, and we rely on technology, both hardware and software, in almost everything that we do these days, and shopping is certainly no exception. So tech and tech companies obviously play a key role here in providing infrastructure and tools for commerce. And this happens all over the purchase journey, from early stages in creating awareness and demand, through discovery and validation, and in the end with payments, delivery, and social proof, and so on. I mean, technology is everywhere. It affects everything, and I think it's deeper than ever. So having the right solutions and partners is important, and it is a key differentiator for a merchant. So yeah, Nilay, speaking about solutions, where does Klevu sit in all this, and what's on your horizon these days?
So this year, thank you for asking. And for this year in 2022, we invested heavily into our journey to headless, particularly commerce tools. We now, I'm happy to say that we have a certified connector on commerce tools as a platform. Klevu from day one was API first. So for us, this composable, Mac, headless, all these new trends that have, emerged in last few years, they all have been very encouraging for us. And we have the right foundation to kind of, serve the customers who are also on these, new, environments and platforms. Beyond providing connectors, so to answer your question, for next year or from here onwards, we would be continuing to strengthen our presence and investments into R&D and the innovations in this area. But underneath that, we are a search company, we are AI ML company, and our expertise is at the intersection of linguistics and machine learning. So our large focus would also be governed towards that. And what we are doing there is we are introducing newer languages. We are bringing more analytics-driven insights for our customers, and making that true NLP and ML kind of intersection working. Not just that, because it's important that we also remain a company that merchants love, that everything we provide is easy to use. So we need to remain on that. We'll come back to that probably a bit later today on our discussion. And provide robust SDKs and APIs to ensure that developers can also use the full power of Klevu that's available. I think if I just go on your side now and probably ask the same questions, how do you think how Vaimo is able to consistently deliver technology-driven, rich experiences to the shoppers? That would be great to learn from you.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about technology, and we're rooted in tech, if you will, and I'm a technologist. But I also think it's useful to take a step back and put the end user glasses on. I mean, at Vaimo, we're laser focused on delivering awesome customer experiences. This is nothing new or unique. I mean, I think it's established that in the end, the best user experience is the one that wins. So But the first challenge for a merchant here is that in the world of digital, the number of solutions and partners for a given need is overwhelming. And that's, I think, our first job, to find and recommend the best possible partners for a given requirement to deliver on that user experience. And at Vaimo, we don't typically affect the products or the pricing or the offering, but the experience in finding, discovering, and buying a product, that's most definitely where we play. And it's in crafting the whole journey and making sure that all moving parts of the puzzle fit and work well together. I think that's where we provide value. And that is actually the second side of the challenge, because when navigating the solution landscape out there, it's easy to look at an isolated product and say, hey, this will work great. And while it might do a perfect job at an isolated task, it might not integrate as well as you would like with the rest of your tech stack. We see this a lot, and it obviously hurts the customer experience. And if we're talking about search, a poorly integrated solution often looks and behaves slightly differently compared to the rest of the site or the app. And customers are extremely sensitive to glitches or inconsistencies in their experiences. So this is something that we put extra emphasis on. Searching has to be as easy, as fast, and as beautiful as everything else in the purchase journey. So that's, I think, one of the things that we try to focus on, like on top of getting the tech right. But there's another group of users that is often forgotten too, and they can be as sensitive, and their experience is equally important. And I'm talking about the people working under the hood in the back office side of search. It's the e-commerce and marketing and sales teams. And Nilay, it would be interesting to get your take on this. What do you see here? And then, what's important to these users, and how do you fit in?
You kind of really, bring up a very important point, which is often forgotten. And it's extremely important to be respectful to the actual users of these systems. And like in our case, for example, everything that we have built so far, our primary user has been e-commerce manager or merchandiser or marketing manager, the one who is actually using Klevu to, make the discovery better or gain something more on their marketing or merchandising and so on. So AI is important, discovery is important, but it doesn't stop there. It's not like you set and forget. The days are gone for that. I think you need to be really understanding your shoppers, the behavior that you are seeing, and then, influence that, in some way. You need to augment that. You need to direct your customer to the right, path. So these are the things where I feel that some merchants that we speak with, they really want to ensure that the technologies they use, it's in their control, that they can actually do something about it when they want to take action, and they don't have another obstacle of doing other 50 hours of work to actually make something happen. So so ease of use, again, that's what we discussed earlier. So ease of use is something kind of so crucial, and it's also at the developer end in a different way, but it's very important to ensure that the ease of use is maintained throughout the product. So AI and ML kind of provides a great beginning, I would say. But it's not the end of it. It's there to enable the ultimately shoppers' value and bringing relevant sort of discovery to shoppers. But as sort of curious learners, it would be good to learn from you as well that what you can share about sort of how to drive these successful experiences for the retailer. So if you can.
Yeah. Thank you. Successful user experiences. What's the secret sauce or the formula? That's a tough one. And the truth is, there's no general fix for it, because search is pretty interesting. I mean, it's actually one of the chief challenges in the purchase journey. Regardless, as a customer, if you know what you're after, or if you're just browsing, finding what you have in mind or not yet have in mind is crucial. It has to be quick and happen almost effortlessly. And then as a brand or a merchant, meeting this need is key to success, and it can be incredibly hard to deliver on it. And I think one of the reasons, and this is how we approach it sometimes, is sort of a mismatch between how we humans think about search in the physical world, or how we imagine things in our mind, and how the digital experience will look like. In a store, for example, finding something can be pretty easy. Things are usually organized. There are departments, signs, and similar products to guide you. And at any given moment, you see tens or maybe hundreds of products at the same time. Sure, inventory is limited and you have to use your feet to move around, but finding what you're after is often pretty intuitive and easy. In a digital world, however, there are no limitations. There are no barriers. I mean, you literally have every product on the face of the planet at your fingertips. Still, finding what you need can be an enormous challenge. Everything is available, but your interface is often a search bar that takes text or maybe voice or an image. And I think this is a very interesting area. And the key answer here, I think, is to try to get inside the mind of the actual user and try to guide them in the search or discovery journey that resonates with where they are, the context and the context, or how they think about things. So this is an area that often consumes a lot of project resources, and even if you have the right partners or tools, I think it's important to get it right. And it takes a lot of technology, skill, and experience. And this is often where I see Vaimo and Klevu working really well together. We've got a great partnership going, and we've done a lot of interesting and cool things over the years. And I look forward to, keep pushing the envelope and work together here.
Indeed. And we are ready for it. As always, PJ, great speaking with you. Look forward to meeting you as well. And once again, we are grateful for Vaimo and you for being our partner, giving us sort of a guiding light over the years. And we are here to learn more and help you and the customers for better shopping experiences. Thank you very much all for those who are watching. This is the first video in a series of videos that's covering different topics that can come about on customer onboarding, customer success, SDKs, and commerce tools, and more interesting ones as well. So stay tuned. And by the way, if you would like to enhance the digital success and the experiences at your store or for your store, get in touch with Vaimo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.